Liz Warren, too. Liz Warren, who's now considered a top-tier candidate. All sizzle, no steak. In the case of Elizabeth Warren, it's all smoke signals, no peyote. Elizabeth Warren comes out, right, a couple weeks ago. She unveils her health care plan. And this gets her a lot of attention. $52 trillion plan. She has no idea how she's going to pay for it. She says that she's going to pay for it by taxing billionaires. That doesn't make any sense. 621 billionaires in the country. Their combined net worth is about $3.2 trillion. If she took away all of their money, it wouldn't get her through 1 year of her plan. But it gets a lot of attention. She's rising up, all the momentums with Elizabeth Warren. And then once people stop and consider that plan, she starts to tank in the polls. Now, once you get into this cycle, once you get into the cycle of requiring all of this just negative attention and attention at all costs to stay relevant, to stay in the headlines, it creates a very vicious cycle. So now she's out of the news for a little bit. All that good press that came quickly has fizzled. So she's trying to recapture it by even more radical plans. She just endorsed the other day getting rid of the Electoral College. Here she is.
As a presidential candidate, what are your thoughts on the Electoral College?
I want to get rid of it. So here's my goal. My goal is to get elected and then to be the last American president elected by the Electoral College. I want the second term to be that I got elected by direct vote. I'm ready. Popular vote. I just think this is how a democracy should work. Call me old-fashioned, but I think the person who gets the most votes should win.
All right, that doesn't make a lot of sense for a number of reasons. First of all, called me old-fashioned, but I think that we should overturn over 200 years of American precedent in electing our president. That doesn't make any sense. If you were old-fashioned, you would support this institution, the Electoral College, which has served our country very, very well since its founding. But she won't do that. It's amazing. They talk about how Donald Trump is overturning norms and traditions in our country. He's totally unprecedented. He's a radical. He's overturning norms. These people are trying to overturn all of the basic norms of our country. They're trying to overturn the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Electoral College. They're trying to overturn all of these things, and yet they attack Trump for it. This point she's making, though, doesn't make a lot of sense for another reason. She says the Electoral College is totally corrupt, it's terrible, it's an awful thing, it's undemocratic. So she's saying, I want to, when I get elected, I promise to abolish that corrupt, terrible, undemocratic, untrustworthy institution that elected me president. That doesn't have a whole lot of ring to it, doesn't make sense. And the argument, at least from the left, who are the only people making this argument, the argument to get rid of the Electoral College is that there's no way Democrats can win with the Electoral College, because we've now twice had a situation in the last 30 years where, or last 20 years, I guess, where a president got elected even though he lost the popular vote. Now, we don't elect presidents on the popular vote. We are the United States of America, not the United People of America. We have a federal system here, and the vote for president is more complicated than just some guy going to the polls, so that New York and LA and San Francisco don't dominate every presidential election. But if the argument is that Democrats can't win with the Electoral College, and then a Democrat wins with the Electoral College, then the argument for getting rid of the Electoral College sort of goes away. It's radical. She just needs to say it to get more press, because she's lost a little bit of her momentum. Again, polls keep showing that people don't want this kind of radicalism. The problem for these candidates is they require the radicalism to stay in the news. If you enjoyed that video, and even if you didn't, I don't care, be sure to hit the like button so that the rest of the YouTubes knows that our content is the best content out there.